Hello, Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine. Welcome to my channel, Alchemy of Twins, with me, Kiki. This is a new Divine Partnership reading for the month of November. Happy birthday to Scorpios. Hope all your birthday wishes come true. This is for the first 2 weeks of November. There will be a new moon in Scorpio. We are in Scorpio season for this reading. And that's the 8th house. The 8th house has to do with regeneration. It's like life, death, rebirth. It's also the house of transformational sex, and it does have to do also with other people's money, inheritances, and things like that, and sharing. And it's about being someone that circulates and shares their resources. So that could be prominent. How are you sharing with one another? And this reading will look at where you're syncing up. And the divine partnership isn't always just between the divine feminine and the divine masculine, but it is between the divine feminine, the divine masculine, and the divine, and also the entire collective of twin flames. I greet you in the love and light, the one infinite creator, Adonai. We communicate now. God, send forth your spirit, and they shall be created, and you shall renew the face of the earth. Okay, so let's see where you've been, what's been going on with the two of you, divine feminine and divine masculine. Lord God, source of eternal life and truth, give to the twin flames the wisdom, guidance, and counsel they need for this up and coming month of November 2024. We still have the second moon in our orbit. There's a new moon in Scorpio. What is their mission for this new moon? Because the new moon is a 6-month time frame from the new moon in Scorpio to the full moon in Scorpio. So let's see what the next level, the next layer of your mission is calling you to do. And let's find out where you've been in sync and what's been happening. Oh my Jesus, you said, ask and we shall receive, seek and we shall find, knock, and the door will be opened to us. Yud He Vav He, Shin Aleph He, He Aleph Aleph. That's order out of chaos and soulmate. May the Lord our God, Father Almighty, maker of heaven and earth, unite all twin flames. I already see the 10 of swords on the bottom of the deck, but that was from the last new moon, and now it's on the bottom of the deck, which means it is your distant past. So that is now way behind you. And that was the card that you had at the beginning of October. Wow, this month, now you have the 2 of Cups. Wow. So you're coming back together in agreement. There's been some sort of a reconciliation. That's what that reading was all about, the need to reconcile. And for those of you that were able to reconcile your differences, you are entering into a new level of partnership. And there's the caduceus, that's Hermes' staff, that's all about healing through union. The healing takes place when you come together, when you agree to forgive each other, because to forgive each other is divine, it's a virtue. And there's a special blessing upon the relationship. There's a divine protection over it. The red lion, that represents the masculine. Before his Magnum Opus, the red lion, and the white eagle, though the white eagle turns red and then the red lion turns white during the Magnum Opus. So divine feminine is really spiraling towards her own individual Magnum Opus, which is transforming her base nature into a noble nature, a nature of virtue. So the white eagle representing salt is already red here. You see the eagle's wings. But the red lion hasn't turned white. He's sulfur, so salt and sulfur. And this forgiveness coming from the divine masculine, this apology or this stepping forward or wanting to absolve or resolve your difference is what's going to lead to your magnum opus, divine masculine. Okay, so hopefully by the end of the reading, that lion will be white. We'll see. What crosses you for better or for worse? 5 of Cups. Okay, so regret, tears of contrition. So that's good. See, the 2 cups behind the 5 of Cups is this 2 of Cups. So this 2 of Cups is not just an apology, but it's a sincere apology. There were tears shed. There was regret for words said or actions taken or not said. There was definitely deep sorrow, deep regret, and this apology, this reconciliation was sincere and thoughtful. Okay, so this is where you've been. Maybe over the past, maybe this just happened. This is 5 days. 5 of Cups, 5 days. 5 minutes, 5 hours, 5 days. 2 minutes, 2 hours, 2 days. 5 a.m., 5 p.m., 2 a.m., 2 p.m. And here we have Cancer and Scorpio. You may still be feeling a great deal of regret, divine masculine, but this sorrow is going to lead to your virtue. Because if you don't feel sorry for what you said or did, you can never improve. So this is like the shadow work that you do to get to your magnum opus, to get to that spiritual gold, to turn your base nature into something noble. Wow. And here in your foundation, you have the 6 of Pentacles. So the 6 of Pentacles is all about sharing. And I just told you the 8th house of Scorpio is about sharing. And I see these 2 sharing. They're sharing their feelings with each other because this is Cups. And this is all about emotions and feelings. And that's what they're sharing. You could be sharing a drink, a coffee or a tea or something, but you're definitely sharing your feelings because there was deep regret and sadness here. So sharing that, I'm sorry because I did this or said this, and maybe that's not what I intended, or the reason I did that or said that was because I was stretched beyond my max, or I was maxed out in some way, shape, or form, and I didn't mean to take it out on you, or I displaced all that anger onto you, and I am sorry, and I will try to improve moving forward. There's like this regret. And so the 6 of Pentacles is like bringing things back into balance with the scales. And this may have happened because this sorrow may have happened because someone wouldn't share with the other person. And, sharing, and when it comes to things like social media or homes or family, like they didn't share their family, they're compartmentalizing their life, or they didn't share their social media, or they don't share what's going on in their life with their friends, with you, or they don't share their personal stories, and you're always telling your personal stories, but they never tell you their personal stories. So something was out of balance here with the scales. There was a lack of sharing, and now Scorpio's coming back around saying, don't forget that this whole earthly exile is all about the twin flames being able to come face to face to share with one another. We are all part of God. We were all one, and then we became individuals so that we could share. And this is part of our earthly mission. We're in exile until we come back together. And so this is like the coming back together is like coming home. So where you're at now, at the time that you clicked on this reading, is this 8 of Pentacles. or this is like the past few days or the last couple of weeks, you really started working on the connection. Things are moving now. Uh-oh, you have 2 5s. I believe the divine masculine's still having a struggle. He's really battling with himself. And I'm just because the lion is red and there's 2 5s, it's drama and conflict and the need to bring things into balance, the need to work and improve the relationship and hammer it out and perfect something or repair something here. You know, this is the Masonic apron, and that's all about purifying your spiritual life. It's about being a person of purity, having pure intentions. So he's on his way, divine feminine, but he has a lot of work to do. He's still struggling with it. He's been struggling. It's not easy because it's about probably crushing his pride, and he's holding so tight to his pride. Okay, let's see the recent past. 7 of Cups. Trying to make sense out of everything, needing to lift the veil. There's so much confusion. You know, we're under the law of confusion on the earthly plane. That's the law of confusion, is that your conscious is separated from your subconscious. And it's your responsibility to lift the veil, to know what the subconscious believes or thinks or says. And so in the recent past, there was this need still for both of you to lift that veil, because that's the synchronicity. And the other synchronicity is that you're both willing to work on it together. 8 of Pentacles. But there's still a struggle because you want to bring the whole relationship into balance here with the scales. You want to bring the whole relationship into balance, but I never saw those 2 of Cups this way, with the eagle's wings and the lion's head, because I know in alchemy that the red lion and the white eagle swap colors when they create the Magnum Opus. And so the fact that one person has attained some level of their Magnum Opus, I'm not saying like, oh, you've attained the Magnum Opus and you're going to ascend into heaven, but this is like a level of your character that you've really refined, divine feminine, these eagle wings. And the lion there is saying divine masculine still has some work to do. You know, but even you, divine masculine, you have attained something, and she has attained something. You're both wearing laurel wreaths. I mean, you both are on the right path. Just the fact that you're together here, that's the right path. But to bring this connection into balance, it's like he's got to temper his ego, because 5 of Swords is a lack of diplomacy, because this is I win, you lose, at all cost I win. I will step over whoever I have to step over to win. I don't care if I have to cut that person down. It's bad words, it's bad language, it's foul language, it's ruthless and rude and arrogant. But there's a huge regret here. 5 of Cups. But this regret, it could be more self-pity, because this is in the conscious mind, the 5 of Swords. So until this self-pity is truly contrition, the lion won't be white. Let's see. Wow, 10 of Pentacles. You're definitely both putting all your chips in to this connection. So you're putting all your chips in. You're willing to do the necessary work. And to go from the 8 to the 10 of Pentacles, it's a huge progression within a 2-week period from the 8th house of Scorpio to regenerate this relationship, to share, Share your finances, share your family, share your feelings, share your time, your talent, your treasure, your status, your social media. It's sharing across the board with the Ten of Pentacles, like whole board. The Ten of Pentacles is the entire board. It's the whole shebang. Okay, the 10 is also the house of career. So maybe there was a lack of sharing regarding career. Maybe, divine masculine compartmentalizes his love life from his work life. But that can't work in a relationship, because in a relationship you have to share everything. You have to have all things in common, Jesus says. All things in common. 3 of Wands. Everybody's watching you. There's a lot of eyes on you. It's like everybody's watching your relationship play out like it's a show. It's like a show they look forward to watching. They want the two of you to work. They want you to work it out. They want to see you succeed, because you succeeding tells them they are going to succeed. 3 of Pentacles. So you have 3, 3. That's 33. Master teacher. See, people are watching you because they're learning from you. So when you reconcile and you work on things and you refine your character and you transform your base nature into something more spiritual and more noble, then others are inspired. All this golden light is inspiration from watching the two of you. Watching the two of you work together as a team, cohesion. And not just the two of you, but you and the way you work with others as a unit or as a family. Maybe they're watching you and your whole family. And maybe you're setting the bar for them. Maybe they don't even have a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a family, but you're setting the bar for them, the outcome. Wow, the Lovers. So you have the 2 of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles, and the Lovers. See, I told you this 10 of Swords on the bottom of the deck is distant past. And now, in your distant future, you have the Lovers. So this is the angel coming in to bless the connection. This is like Archangel Raphael blessing the connection and telling you that you're meant to be together, like he told Tobias that he was meant to marry Sarah. And even Tobias argued with him. He's like, I'm well aware of her reputation, and there is no way I'm marrying her. And Archangel Raphael said, but she was set apart for you before the world began. And Raphael was very convincing, because the first time Tobias saw Sarah, he fell immediately in love with her, and he followed Archangel Raphael's directions. And Archangel Raphael was disguising himself as a human man, so he didn't even know he was talking to an angel. But Archangel Raphael's power was very influential in their union. Okay, brought them together. Need more room for the cards. The Lovers. So you have 2 6s. 2 6s is love, beauty, and harmony. And 6 is the house of romance, children, fun, creativity. So Divine Masculine could have been compartmentalizing his work life and his family life from you. And that's where you need to work things out, Divine Masculine, because that's what's going to lead to your Magnum Opus, the sharing. The new moon in Scorpio is saying you need to share your family with her, and you need to share your work life with her, or your finances, or your experience at work, something you're not sharing. And it's to your detriment, because she's there to be your helpmate and your support. Maybe you launched into her here with the 5 of Swords because work is stressful, and maybe she's meant to support you through that in some way, shape, or form. But if you're not talking to her about it, she can't help you. And then you're just hurting her. You're displacing all the anger and frustration you have about either your work or your family onto her. And She didn't merit that, but she suffered very quietly and patiently with you. That's why she was able to turn the white eagle red, because she did it through the virtue of patience, silent patience. I'm sure she continued to pray for you. So you have 2 3s, master teacher, other people are watching you, you're teaching them something. When they observe you, they learn. So that's teaching. It's not that you're telling them, they're just observing and they're learning from observing. And then you have 2 5s, which is drama and conflict. But the 2 6s say that you've agreed to work to bring that into balance, harmony, and love, for the sake of love, because you love each other, 2 of Cups. And the work that you're willing to do is to try to lift the veil and figure out, why did I act that way? Why did I say that? Why did I say it that way? Why do I feel the way I feel? Am I stressed out at work? Is my family stressing me out? How can I better deal with them? How can I better cope? Why am I getting into this 5 of Swords energy, which is being arrogant and rude to the one that I love? You have a conscience, which means it's a sign of good mental health, because somebody that doesn't have regret and someone that doesn't feel sorry, that means they have no conscience. That's a mental disorder. That would be putting somebody into the category of antisocial disorder, which is a personality disorder. And one of the characteristics is they don't feel sorry for hurting other people. So he definitely feels sorry. Let's find out what is going to happen for the first 2 weeks of November as this energy moves forward for the 2 of you. And this is on my YouTube membership, The Alchemist. And thank you to everybody that joined the Alchemist level. If you don't know how to join my YouTube membership, there is a link in the description box as well as in the pinned comment. Just click on it and follow the directions. Have a wonderful fall holiday season. And thank you to everyone that supports this YouTube channel. Okay, Twin Flames, November 2024. Twin Flames, November 2024. Wow, Ace of Cups, look at that. That's so beautiful. So, love is in the air. Things are working out. If you made any promises to work on it, to improve things, it's moving forward. You're getting into that union energy, the 2 cups coming into union. So this is like taking the 2 of Cups to a higher level. This is like Holy Communion. This is like the dove of God, the Holy Spirit of God descending and resting upon the relationship. And there is a